Boys, we're in the weird part of the season where we got to figure out which match week we're in. And we got canceled games, and I have no idea where we are. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below that, Sean. He supports Tottenham. And this is going to be our preview of the 12th game that some of these teams are playing. Maybe it's the 11th for some of them, but it might be the 12th.
It's match week 13.
But it's in the 13th match week. Is that what I'm to understand?
Yeah.
Oh, there's only two teams that get canceled. There's teams that can't behave themselves, and then there's teams that choose not to play games they don't want to play.
Yeah.
Take a gander at which one you fall under.
I'm gonna blame City. I'm gonna blame City.
Why is that?
They couldn't be trusted, so they had to reschedule our game on Thursday.
Okay.
So it's not Arsenal's fault that our game got rescheduled. It's obviously Manchester City's fault.
It's Liverpool's. Liverpool's the city that can't behave
exactly.
themselves.
It's all Liverpool's fault.
It actually is Liverpool's fault.
It's all Liverpool's fault anyway. All right. Yeah, so we got a full slate of 10 Premier League matches coming at you this weekend. I'm just going to quickly run down them for you. Kicking off the weekend, we've got Saturday morning. We've got Nottingham Forest hosting Liverpool. Up at Goodison Park, we've got Everton Crystal Palace. That'll probably be a pretty good game. Manchester City host Brighton at the Etihad. Chelsea, Manchester United from Stamford Bridge. And then Sunday, we got Villa hosting Brentford. Leeds hosting Fulham, Southampton hosting Arsenal on the South Coast, Wolves hosting Leicester. I guess we're going to talk about that game too. Spurs, Newcastle, which will be a good one, and West Ham United and Bournemouth round out the weekend on the weekday. That game is on Monday. So those are the 10 fixtures we got coming. Full slate of Premier League matches. Brad, where do you want to start first?
Start with the Rodgers watch. That's why I have the Wolves Leicester game. It's a no manager versus shouldn't be manager.
Well, they might have Bruno. They might have Bruno back.
No, Nuno.
You
mean?
Yes, Nuno.
They fired Bruno.
Yes,
we don't talk about Bruno because they fired Bruno. To bring back Nuno, that's awesome. That would be very interesting. I wonder how people react. But if Brendan Rodgers loses to a no manager team, is he out the door?
No, because they can't pay a severance package.
So we just paid them like 70 mil.
Yeah, but do you think that? All right, so let me ask you a better way. Do you really think that a loss to Wolves is the straw that breaks the camel's back for Brendan Rodgers?
I don't know. They can't have a birthday. They can't have birthdays read out at Leicester's grounds anymore because people were putting Zach Rogers in there.
I feel bad for Zach. Like, I don't know what. Like,
I know
he didn't do anything
Zach
wrong.
Rogers'
I think
birthday did not get the called out.
I think Brenda also.
Yeah.
They canceled Brenda's birthday announcement, which seems really weird. Like, I don't get why they would.
Brenda Sout. Brenda Sout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know. Is there anything to talk about in this game? This is such a nothing game to me. Where are Wolves? Where are Wolves?
Wolves are a pick of the week.
Wolves are 18th, right? They're 17th. Okay, Wolves are 17th. 17th versus
Wolves are
20.
putting together results. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. This is a old school last season James's pick of the week because this team is this is a dreadful match.
And this is a Shawnee 6-pointer.
Yeah. It's a relegation 6-pointer. I will say I watched Wolves. I watched the second half of Wolves today against Crystal Palace. When they played Crystal Palace, Wolves don't look bad. They don't look bad. Going forward, at least they don't look bad. Defensively, there's some questions, and kind of getting caught in transition is a little bit weird for them. But they don't look like they're a terrible team. So I don't necessarily think that they will get rolled by Leicester. But I guess it's really just going to depend on what Leicester shows up. right?
Since
They
this was
scored
a pick
5
of the week,
goals.
and you talked about that game today, and since this was a pick of the week, I challenge every one of our listeners to watch Wolves Leicester, and especially those who are Tottenham supporters. Every Tottenham supporter that thought Adama Troy was our best option as a fourth winger or possibly starting winger. Yes, I know he scored today. I still want you to watch the game and then watch the game this weekend and tell me why, seeing where we are and what we have, tell me why that comes anywhere near the starting 17 at Tottenham.
I thought he was a right wing back. He might have got more minutes than
Probably
Spence.
would have been a wingback.
I think that's what Conte wanted him for, was right wing back, and he didn't want to play it.
Can he even defend?
Probably not. He's just fast.
Can Victor Moses defend, or could Victor Moses defend?
You always bring up Victor Moses. We don't talk about Moses anymore, man.
Just saying, like, in Conte's system, you don't.
Sean,
Conte could use Trent Alexander.
Sean, please pick a new game to save me from this conversation. Please pick a new game.
I'm just gonna put Joel on notice that old Botman's about to meet the 23rd best player in Europe on weekend.
Check our news episode to really see how Sean feels about the Harry Kane's ranking in the Ballon d'Or.
I don't know, if we kept scrolling, Sven Botman was probably 30th.
Hey, but it's like when we look at the table. You had to scroll to find Harry Kane. You had to scroll. To find the Wolves game.
Okay, well, no. Okay, we're not talking about Wolves anymore,
No,
Brad. Damn it, we're talking about Spurs Newcastle.
Talking about Sven Botman, he plays center back for Newcastle.
This should be a really good game because you love to point out how Newcastle has been vibing, right?
All I said was they were vibing. I did not say that they were playing well.
Oh,
in fact, there's not shots fired.
Dang.
All right, Brad.
Are you winning the game?
Would you? Absolutely. Because here's why. Their record through 10 games is 3-6-1. They've been vibing with draws. Now they do, after our talk last week, James, they do, however, have the best defensive record in the league. They have technically the best defense in the league.
Oh yeah,
They have not. They have not.
They're the only one. They're the only
one. So I will give them that. that Botman, Schär, Trippier, and Dan Burn have been holding it down. Dan Burn's a center back, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
So he's all right. Center back playing left. All right.
I would love to.
I think Target is hurt.
Joel, I would love to hear you or see you in the comments. Fighting back here. Tell me why Newcastle's going to win. I mean, like, so Newcastle, they're clearly a better team in my opinion than Everton. Because this is kind of what I talked to you about last week. Is that I thought I expected Spurs to slap Everton by a wider margin than 2-0. But I expect. And this is kind of I do need to make a point that while we are recording this, the United Spurs game has not happened yet. So unfortunately, we can't use that as a data point to further our points at all. But that's a tough game away at Manchester United, and then you have another tough game at home to Newcastle. I think Newcastle can fight with all of the big 6 clubs this year and give them a tough game. Now, they are missing Isaac. He is injured. He got injured. I think he's going to be out for 2 months is what I read today. So that would not be good for them because he's been very, very good for that, for Newcastle.
I think it's just business as usual. I don't anticipate Newcastle to try to press and keep possession with how defensive they seem to be. Now, the difference with them is that they are creative with Joelinton and Gamarish. and Callum Wilson does make great runs. Almiron does make great runs. He doesn't know what to do with it when he gets the ball, but
That's facts.
he does make challenging runs, which at minimum pulls the defense. If you take it at face value, he is charging someone with taking him into account.
Do
So
Spurs concede a lot of fouls in and around their own defensive box?
I don't know who's the referee. Oh, my bad. If I speak, I get in trouble.
Okay, so Brad's telling us that apparently Anthony Taylor is refereeing this match. Is that what he's telling us?
I haven't. I don't think they've been announced for the weekend, but
maybe.
But I don't think any more than a normal.
Okay, all right.
Team.
So it's not abnormal, is what you're saying.
Maybe three or four a game.
Because
maybe
they have a dead ball specialist in Trippier. Like, and if you give Newcastle an opportunity, 20, 25 yards,
especially on his side with his left foot, yeah.
I mean, like, I think that's a legitimate concern and a viable route for Newcastle to score goals. So
until you get to the 8th best goalkeeper in the world now.
True.
10th best.
Oh, 10th best. Sorry.
Yeah. 10th best. I'm looking forward to this match. I think it should. I hope it's exciting. I hope it's fun to watch.
I think it's going to be boring.
Are we?
I think.
Are we picking scores here?
Sure.
Or are we going to do the next one? I think this one is the one.
I think pick scores here because we also have Joel, and he, as another tangent to this group, Joel will want to get his thoughts in on the comments, I'm sure. But before we pick scores, what was the point I was about to make? All right, let's pick scores. Brad, what's going to be the score in the Newcastle Spurs Newcastle match?
1-2.
1-2. Oh, we got Newcastle winning. Sean, what do you got?
2-1.
Okay, I remember now what my point was going to be. What I think is going to make this game more exciting is if Newcastle score first.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I don't think they can break us down. They do have the creative nature, though. I just don't think they have anybody to finish.
I think this game ends 3-2 Spurs. I think Spurs win 3-2.
You got it backwards then. You got it backwards.
Yeah,
you got 2-3.
Yeah, I wrote it wrong. I think Spurs win the game 3-2.
You wrote it wrong.
I think Spurs win the game 3-2.
I think your computer's trying to tell you need to reverse this. Look, wait a second. We're putting this on here. The error.
No, I think that Spurs will win the match. But I think that Newcastle will make it a really exciting match.
What if this ends up 2-3? I'm gonna. It's gonna be hilarious. The computer trying to tell you. Let's listen to the computer.
Should have
now
on. Brad, let me know what's gonna happen at Stamford Bridge this weekend.
Chelsea's winning the game.
Okay, good talk. Well, thanks for coming.
I'm sorry. I know, right? That's what I'm here for. Is those hot takes. No, I think we're I think we're gonna see another highly rotated in match week 12 against Brentford to have our freshest 11 for United.
Or your best
and
11. Freshest.
Correct. Sorry, our best 11. Sorry. I think Thiago will probably play against United, but won't against Brentford. I don't see United being able to break us down. I'm not scared of United. So it's an interesting game because they're technically top 6 teams, but I think Chelsea wins like 2-0, 3-0.
So assuming United don't get, they're only 3 points behind Chelsea after 9 games played for both of them. Now, you guys will have both played a game between now and then, and assuming Spurs or United don't get blown out by Spurs or something like that, they could overtake you guys if they win this match.
Yeah, but this gets down to the feels, right?
Yeah.
Feels like Chelsea's winning this game easily. Like United doesn't feel like they belong in the top 6. I don't know if that was your guys' feelings last week.
I've heard you
That's
guys,
my feeling.
I've heard you guys say that, and I don't necessarily disagree. And I think Sean kind of talked about the delay. We talked a little bit about like the delayed new manager bounce that Ten Hag might have gotten once he benched the old manager. But I don't know. I am not prepared to write off United yet. They still have good players, and once they start clicking more and more, I still think Chelsea have deficiencies that you guys got battered by Villa and still won the game, of course, which is important. Got the points, but you didn't look great against Villa, and I think that United are probably better than Villa marginally. And I think Brentford's going to be a difficult game for you guys because Brentford's playing well, and Brentford's a difficult team to play away from home. So I think Brentford is going to be a difficult game for you guys, especially with the form that you're on. So I don't know. I also think that United are going to get destroyed by Spurs. So
right, but I think United's bringing their best 11 against Spurs, and then to play again on Sunday with their best 11.
I think they bring their very few clubs, Chelsea and Manchester City being the outliers, can heavily rotate their squads and have similar power levels. United can't do it. Arsenal can't do it. Spurs can't do it. Not like Chelsea and City can. So maybe you're right. Maybe Chelsea will be more fresh for this match because United are going to play their best 11 against Spurs and play their best 11 against Chelsea. So
yeah, I mean, and form we're on. We've won 4 games in a row without giving up a goal.
That's also a fair point. It's something to.
Sure, Kepa made wonder saves to make that happen. Yes, we did not have a great defensive half, but we still ended up with 0 goals scored against us to bring us up to the number 2 defense in the league.
Number 2, that's right.
Tied for 2.
Okay.
Nope, there's number 2 defense in the land.
Dang, Sean just said Chelsea is the second best defense in the land, and
yep.
So
where's
did
that put Tottenham?
So
where's that put Tottenham?
Tottenham's number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all tied for second with Arsenal and City. There's a tie at second.
Yeah, so we all get to claim that we're number 2.
Yeah,
I know.
That's what I said. I said tied for second.
It was just a funny question there.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
That's
right. Do you see anything standing out in this Chelsea United match, Sean? Anything that do you think United get a shock result here?
No, because I don't think there's anybody. I mean, yes, I think Chelsea are going to get a rude awakening.
Okay.
I don't think there's anyone currently on the Chelsea team that can do anything with Varane and Martinez.
That is a fair point. I think that Chelsea might struggle to find goals against Varane and Martinez.
And now you've put Casemiro right in front of them.
I mean, Brad, you have to admit
who doesn't play.
You have to admit that United are significantly.
He played the last game they played.
United are significantly more defensively stout now that they've got that center back pairing.
Sure.
Right? And Chelsea's biggest issue is finding goals, right?
Again, in our past 4 games, hold on. Want to make sure I'm correct. In our past 4 games, we have scored 3, 6, 8, 10 goals. So that's 2.5 goals per game.
Are you counting the 5 that you scored against AC Milan over 2 games?
Yes.
Okay.
But we can take them out, and I'll do the Crystal Palace Chelsea. That's 2, 5, 7 over 3. So again, about 2 goals a game.
Sure. So what are those teams again? Who are those teams again? Say Crystal
Palace, Wolves, and Villa.
Okay, but I think I think you have to admit that Manchester United will pose a different test than those teams, right? Okay, so
sure.
Let me ask this a different way, because I think I like the way Sean's thinking about this. What are United's deficiencies this year? Where are they deficient?
See, look,
attacking.
they're just mid attacking. I don't think they have Casemiro, but who are you pairing him with?
McTominay's been playing well, but Bruno,
he's out with the red, right?
Oh, is McTominay
Yeah.
out? Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
Fred's been playing terrible.
Fred-
Bruno doesn't defend.
I guess my only point. I think that United's
Dalot, who are the wing backs? Like, sure, you have Varane and you have Martinez in the middle, but you have De Gea in goal.
You have Alonga
and
Dio Dalot.
Dalot and whoever the other kid is.
Luke Shaw.
No, it's not. Malacia. Malacia
Yeah,
is the name I was looking
whatever.
for. Not.
I don't rate either one of them. I don't think any of us do. Casemiro we rate. So they have 3 players we rate. Right? Bruno is good offensively, but that's about it. Rashford, the starting striker. Sancho's not playing.
The only point I'm trying to make, and I think Sean makes a salient point, is that United are pretty defensively stout, and I think that they will be difficult for a team that has, I think, traditionally struggled to create goals against good teams. I think Chelsea will struggle to score goals against United.
I'm not by any means comparing any of these players, but all I'm saying is that Liverpool made a dynasty out of having a good goalkeeper, a really good center back, a deficient center back that isn't an idiot, and a really good center defensive mid. And just that diamond, they made a dynasty out of it because the wingbacks are God knows where.
Wait. But what was their dynasty? What was their dynasty? One trophy of each?
So, I'm not saying Varane and Van Dijk are the same. I'm not saying,
Wait.
I don't know, pick your other center back for Liverpool are the same as Martinez. But you have a good goalkeeper, a really good goalkeeper. You have a really good center back. You have a center back who's not an idiot. And you have a really good center defensive mid. That's hard to score on. It just is. No matter where the left and right back are.
One trophy on each. Like they've won each championship. And I get 1 trophy is a lot for you, Sean.
We got 2, baby. The U18s just went up to Stephen and just got some trophy. I don't know what they did. They got something up there.
Okay,
but I hear what you're saying, but are we putting De Gea up as a really good goalie now, or is he just the spaz goalie?
No, he's not on Becker's level. No. But he's an adept.
I don't even think he's on Kepa's level and on form.
That would be
good luck.
That's a hot take.
That would be an interesting conversation to have about where the power rankings of goalkeepers in the league. Clearly, you're confident, and I think that's cool. I mean, I think most of us would feel confident playing against United. But,
right, and we've won 4 games in a row. But yes, I'm counting the Milan game.
But you're not concerned.
One of them had a red card.
You're not concerned at all about the way that Chelsea got those wins?
No.
That's wild to me.
What do you mean? So why would I be? Look, I understand we got battered in the first half, but we didn't in the second half. We controlled the game against Villa in the second half.
But this is Aston Villa that we're talking about. They're terrible.
Right. And something didn't work, and Graham Potter did not hesitate to make the changes. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this.
Okay.
You can make substitutions in 3 windows, right?
Yep.
In the Premier League. Did you guys know halftime does not count as one of those windows? So we made 4 different substitutions in that game.
I guess I didn't know that, but that makes sense.
It makes sense. It's not something I thought. I was like, oh, because I was doing yard work and I was listening. I said, wait, we've had 3 substitutions. How is Brocha coming in? So little known fact, you can technically have 4 windows of substitutions.
That makes sense. That's a good rule.
Graham Potter saw an issue and he fixed it. Right? Like he reacted to what happened and fixed it. Okay. That's the most exciting thing from the Villa game that happened.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You can make 5 substitutions, but you can only call up the official 3 times.
Correct. So like 2-2-1 or yep.
Halftime doesn't count.
Yeah.
Correct.
There you go.
Okay.
Read the rule book.
We have.
Wish the refs would.
Are there any other games we want to talk about this weekend? I know we've highlighted Forest versus Liverpool, just in case one of you guys needed to say something. I see that you're highlighting Leeds versus Fulham now, Brad. Like,
I wasn't.
Sean?
Yeah, Sean's the
That's me.
elephant.
Any other games you want to talk about?
Might have the El Quidio,
Okay.
because if Forrest gets points at home against Liverpool, he might the old crazy German might just blow a gasket.
Well, is the old crazy German even going to be on the sideline in this match?
Oh, is he going to be suspended? He might not.
I don't know.
It's a red.
I mean, I thought that when you got a red card, whether it's soccer or football, you had to miss a match.
Well, some Americans understand that. Some people overseas understand that, but the FA does not.
Apparently.
Cool.
There's no way that Liverpool drop points to this Forest team.
No.
It's happening. Serge Aurier, redemption arc.
Get out of here.
Redemption angle.
Check our review episode from this week to check out the difference between a review
See-
angle
see-
and a review
Yeah, to see
arc.
what trajectory an angle versus an arc is.
Did you guys know that trajectory is the path that something follows?
Yeah.
Yes. Hence the
Trajectory
angles
when
versus the arcs.
when it's flying through the air. There's a TV show that my kids watch, and there's a trajectory song in it, and they love singing it. And I just gave you some of the lyrics.
Wow.
Shout out Amanda, that's gonna be stuck in your head, CFO. Appreciate it. There you go. Love you. There you go. Got it. All right. Anything else? Are we done? I don't think there's anything else that really stands out if I'm looking at it. I think Everton Palace could be a good game. Those are, both those teams seem like they're firing in the right direction.
And it's at Everton. I think at Goodison is very, very key to that, because I think if it's
at Selhurst, then
it's not. Yeah, it's not as good of a game.
Yeah, Everton are more difficult at home. Is I think the
very much so.
All right. Well, then we'll get out of here. If you're new, haven't been with us before and you haven't hit that subscribe button, definitely please drop us a subscribe. If you're on the podcast, get us a follow. All those things, anything that you can do that will link you up to us, we really appreciate it. Share it with a friend. Leave us a comment if you're on the podcast and you don't have the ability to leave a comment on your podcast. Hit us up on Twitter. That's at KSBradG. That's at WhiteHart_Sean. I am at James Tiffany, and we collectively are at RedCard_Radio. We would love to hear from you. Tell us what you're looking forward to this weekend. And definitely when you sit down to watch the Wolves Leicester game, like Sean wants you to, especially you Spurs fans, definitely hit us with that, that detailed match report. Let us know, the tactics and all that stuff. We'd love to hear from you. But until next time, check back with us next week, because we'll have a full round of Red Card Radio again coming for you next week. But until then, have a good one, guys.